Well, hi, it's nice to talk to you. I'm sorry that you got voted off, but well, not voted off. I guess Will voted you off, right?
Yeah, I got booted off
You
by
got
one
booted off
person.
is a better way. So, before at the beginning though, why did you decide to do it? What was it that, brought you to the show?
Not to seem shallow, but money. Like obviously, and in all of the things where they were like, apply for this show, they always were like, you could win millions of dollars. And I'm sitting in my little town in Greer, a full-time fireman, not making any money. And I'm like, yeah, it would be really nice to be a millionaire. So that's what started it.
That's fair. Now that you've watched, I'm just assuming you've watched it back, what would you, I guess, do differently? What do you feel like was your biggest, I guess, mistake?
My biggest downfall would probably be just being nice. Like I just am really nice, and David did offer me the case and the challenge and said, "You take it, like you need it." And I turned around and was like, "No, David, no, you take it. It's totally fine. Like I'm totally safe." Which I just felt way too comfortable. I got to a point where I was like, "My strategy is working. My strategy was just to be safe in challenges and not win them." And it was working for me. I was 4 out of 4, and I was like so confident. I was like, "Wow, my strategy is working out. No one thinks I'm a threat. Now I'm not distracted by Storm. Like I'm doing great." So doing that, obviously, and then I had a conversation with Dr. Will, and he kind of asked me, "Oh, what did he say? He said, would you want to um be in an alliance with me and Philip, or like would you change? Like how do you feel about Parvati and David? Like something like that." And I immediately was like, "I love David and Parvati," and shut him down completely, which you never do. You're always supposed to be like, "Yeah, I'll be in your alliance." So I immediately told him, "I love David and Parvati. Like I'm not straying from them." So I probably would go back and be like, "Yeah, I'll be in your alliance."
Do you regret though aligning with them at all? Or are you still happy that you did?
No, because even though I got kicked out, we were the alliance. Like we were the family. We were the people that everyone wanted out. No matter how bad that hurts now, like breaking my heart watching it back, it's still like everyone was gunning for me. Like that many people wanted me out. That I just like that. It's kind of just like a crown on my head. Like, okay, I mean, if you really wanted me out that bad.
When you first saw Parvati, obviously you knew that she was from Survivor, but kind of what was that like to come in, and did that make you, I guess, more nervous or more kind of gravitated towards that at the beginning? Like before you really, I guess, got to know her.
Yeah, so I had never watched Survivor. I've never watched any reality TV before, but I just knew her face just from things. And so I didn't know any of her strategic
Right.
ability and stuff
Just
like
okay,
that.
but you knew
I
she was
just,
from Survivor.
yeah, I just approached her and said, "I know who you are." And that's all I said. And then she's the one who told me, "So you know I won Survivor." And then I was just like, "I know that," which I didn't, which you can find out later when I'm telling David, she won Survivor. She told me. And he's acting like he didn't know. And we're all acting like we didn't know. And he's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, she told me that." So I didn't know. I wasn't fearful of her. I kind of was just like, I'm going to align with her because she seems cool. And she's like one of the first people I talked to. I didn't know she had a
It
lot of
wasn't
strategic.
specifically because of that. That's what I was kind of asking.
Yeah.
How did you feel watching it back though, seeing yourself explain to David what Survivor was, knowing that he kind of knows?
I kind of forgot that happened actually. And watching it, I was just like making fun of myself. I mean, it's hilarious. I hope people make fun of me because I'm laughing at myself. But when he says, "Oh, so if you win, you're like golden," and me being like, "Yeah," right over my head,
Yeah.
just right,
Yeah, I
going
was
dog.
gonna say, I know we don't see anything, but I assume then you didn't find that out until after the fact, right? At all, or did he? Because I mean, we don't see all the conversations. I don't know. Maybe you had a conversation with him.
No, he never ended up telling me. Once I am kicked off and I get to go back and stay in like the cast hotel and everything, we all were talking and we found out, and I was so mad, so mad.
So, how do you feel, I guess, now that you've stepped away from it? Because obviously you were really mad and upset when you left, which I don't blame you. And I know you said some mean things, nasty things about Will, which were, I'm sure, true.
They
But
were.
how do you feel now, I guess, looking back? Like, do you still feel the same way? Or do you not, does it not make you as mad now?
No, it still makes me mad. Like I've said, Dr. Will is a method actor. When he goes on a show, he is that person through and through, 24/7, off camera, on camera, behind the scenes, everything. He is that annoying, that miserable to be around. And it's true. Like, he is a garbage person as his Dr. Will person. In real life, it's hard to hate the man. He's really nice. He has a great family. He has a wife and kids. Like, he's awesome. Like, he really is. So I've forgiven him since. Last night watching the episode was very, very hard and kind of reset me to be like, oh, I don't like this man. But knowing him in person, he's actually really great.
So you did get then to hang out with everybody after the fact, I guess, kind of away from the show.
I did. I moved to LA actually. So I live in LA and I work for Dr. Will's company actually. He gave me a job.
That's very surprising.
Yeah.
Because you said you were a firefighter. What did you find, I guess, the most challenging physically of this? Because you obviously were in good shape then. So what did you have trouble with anything?
Physically, I didn't have a problem. I mean, I was a full-time fireman for 3 years. I know it wouldn't look like that. I mean, I haven't been in the fire service for a while now, but I did get my trainer back from the fire service for about 3 weeks prior to the show because I thought it was going to be super physical, but it's a mix of physical, social, and mental. So the challenges were not hard at all. I mean, I got safe 4 out of 5 times like I wanted. The challenges weren't hard. I just wasn't trying to win. So it wasn't that. It was more just strategically. I just didn't do well.
Did you find the mental part? Like, how challenging did you find that part of it, I guess? The kind of strategizing and trying to, I guess you were nice, so maybe you didn't strategize and try to screw people over as much as some people did, but
Um, I would have to say that is the hardest part. Like, socially, everyone, I got along with everyone socially, but just like the strategy behind it, it's really, really hard to see someone leave and to hurt their feelings. Like, even after Dixon took Storm out, I even felt guilty not liking him. It's very hard. It's very hard to separate it. There are a lot of strategic moves that I was making. Not everything was shown, but that really tears on you for sure.
yeah, I was going to say, so you feel like what happened there, the relationships you made and everything you feel were genuine and after still feel like that?
I now I don't keep up with everyone from the show,
Yeah.
but the people I do keep up with, despite everything, Seychel's flying into LA and has a layover Sunday. I'm getting dinner with her. I keep up with Storm, obviously. I keep up with Dr. Will, so and Philip. I mean, everyone. There, most everyone I keep up with, and I've separated the game from reality.
Sure. Did you go on expecting to meet somebody like Storm? To have a show?
No. I had suspicions that they wanted like younger people for a possible showmance just because they did ask me multiple times if I was single, if I was seeing anyone, like if I would be open to seeing someone on the show. And I was like, I would be open to it, but like I'm completely single. Like I'm not dating anybody. So getting on there, me sitting on the boat right next to him, and obviously they set you up like that. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be trouble. This is gonna be trouble. I mean, it's hard. I mean, look at him. It's very hard.
Yeah. Well, you said you've still seen him. Are you still dating him, I guess is the question.
Um, we actually, to be the bearer of bad news, we have broken up. But
I'm
he
sorry to hear
is, yeah, he's really great. There's no bad blood. It was definitely a mutual decision. You can't choose who you like in the real world, but we had a great time. I posted some things on social media. We celebrated. He visited me in LA. I planned on visiting him in Austin, but since have decided against that. But yeah, I still keep up with him. I have no bad feelings.
Do you get a lot of downtime in between doing the competitions? Because I mean, you're on that beautiful island. Like, did you get to enjoy it, or was it more stressful doing the competition?
Um, Sometimes it's just the way they film them. If you're doing a challenge, strategizing, and temple all in one day, like one episode of one day, you have no time to relax. Like it looks like a really beautiful beach, and it is, and they treat you really well, but you're not sitting with your toes in the sand, looking at the water, like relaxing. You're very stressed the whole time, and you're like, who's talking about me? Paranoid, blah, blah, blah. And you're not sleeping well because you're stressed.
Did you at least get to, I guess, enjoy it before you left? I don't know if they send you home immediately or if you got to hang out there, but
Yeah, actually, you do have to hang out because in the first season they bring everybody back for the final case or the final temple. So they treat you really well. They put you in a nice hotel and you get to eat for free, drink for free, like literally everything is free for you. So you just party it up. And me and Storm had a great time.
Do you regret that, I mean, going out that you didn't at least get to do the cases and have that experience and I guess end your own game and be in charge of your own destiny? Does that make it harder?
Yeah, it does because I grew up watching Deal or No Deal, so I have seen that like a few times, so I had a good concept of it, and I just think it would have been fun to like commentate with Joe and like be involved with it. So it hurts, but maybe I'll be back. That would be great.
Did you I guess you can't, I was gonna say, did you practice? I guess you can't really practice choosing a number. That was a dumb question.
Um, no, I mean, I did think about numbers I would have picked. My number, I like to gamble like casually. So, last time I was at the casino, I hit six on roulette, and it was like a triple double too. So I won a bunch of money, and I hit six randomly when I was leaving at like 4 a.m. I was like, I'm gonna throw money, hit six. So that was gonna be my case.
What I guess other than obviously Will, because it was a big surprise he was there, what like about the people surprised you the most? Were you the most shocked to discover?
Actually, this will probably be shocking, but I'm from the South. Like I grew up in a small town. There's like dirt roads, farms. It's so the people I grew up around are all the same culturally. So being around someone like Seychelle from New York and Philip from Austin and like just there's so many people and so many different personalities. So that would probably be it. It's very interesting because I'm around a bunch of people. I'm also the youngest there, so that was kind of interesting just to be hanging out with like a bunch of people that are double my age and trying to like trick them and stuff like that. So just different personalities. It's really hard to be cohesive like that.
Did you learn anything about yourself from this experience? Like, how do you think you've changed since you've been on the show?
I'm definitely a lot more confident. If you would have asked me like 4 years ago, are you going to be on TV and move away from your whole family and live in LA? I'm very family oriented, so that's been the hardest part. But I did learn that I have a little bit more confidence now. I've built my confidence up a lot. So that would probably be the main thing to take away from it.
That's fair. I know sometimes once somebody does a reality show, they're on more of them. Do you intend to kind of pursue that, or is that it for you? Are you done? Or does it depend, I guess, on how much they offer?
Yeah, no, that's true. Um, I think it was a great experience. I did move to LA because I would like to do more things like that. I used to model. I did background in commercials as like a side gig while I was in the fire department. So I would like to go back just to like be like, oh, I did better because I know what I did wrong and I know what I could change and I really think I could win. I just don't think I had enough prior knowledge. So it would be nice. I would go back and do some, but who knows what will happen with that.
You need to watch all the real if you do, watch all the other reality shows first so you know
Oh,
everybody, right?
Oh, I'm gonna know everyone. I'm gonna take like a month off work and just sit and watch reality TV like nonstop. Like,
Well, I enjoyed it. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm sorry you left. That was kind of really shocking when he decided to do that and a little mean, but hey, you got a job out of it. So it
that's
can't be
true.
all bad, I guess, right?
That's true. That's very true. I did get a job out of it.
Yeah, so maybe that was, maybe that was better in the end. The only thing I was going to ask you though is I'm just curious. I know how sometimes they give people like personal deals as opposed to like, for everybody. Do they, I don't know, like what do they say about that? I'm just kind of curious out of my own curiosity. Like people are working so hard, going to add it to the pot, going to add it to the pot, and you don't necessarily, I mean, I don't know if I was there, wouldn't necessarily think I was going to win. And if you don't win, you don't get any of it. So I'm just kind of curious. Do they tell you like, you might have a chance on your own to win stuff or anything like that?
They didn't tell us that straight out, but if you watch the first season, they did give personal offers
Yeah,
away.
that's the
So
way.
I was just that was my plan. I was like, okay, if I have any doubt that there's no way I'm gonna win, I'm gonna take a personal offer. I'm gonna take a personal offer. And up until this point, I mean, there's no personal offer, so I didn't get one. But I think the whole thing about that is just to be it's just another element in the game. There's so
Right.
much going on, and it is TV, so they want to make it really exciting. And then the more money people are winning, the more excited they are. And it is kind of sad to see people leave without things. Like like I was like really sad. Like I left, and I was like, oh, I have nothing to show for this. But hindsight, a lot of great things did happen for me.
Yeah, yeah. I just know if I was on there, I would take whatever deal it was because I would be afraid I wouldn't go home with anything.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I mean, if they would have offered me like 40 grand to like take the worst deal possible, I would have been like, see y'all, like I'm out. Like it wouldn't have been a question in my mind.
Well, at least you had fun. I guess that's the important thing. Well, thank
Yeah,
you
it
for
was
your
fun.
time. I appreciate it and have a
Yeah, it
good
was nice
rest of
talking
your
to
day.
you.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.